The Earth is a telor. It has a global ecosystem in which many telors are in intersection. They all depend on each other for survival, or in some cases compete with each other, and that intersect constitutes a kind of a metatelor on its own. So yes, the Earth is definitely a telor, and that the nature of that telor is to relate and interconnect its constituent telors. So to some extent, we all relate and communicate within it.
Okay. It seemed to me that, we talk about like the hive mind as well, so it seems like there's a potential dark side to it.
Well, the hive mind is resulting from an artificial process. It's an artificial process of indoctrination that is being driven by the socioeconomic elite, who basically are forcing people into a certain limited set of telons or telic configurations in order simply to survive on this planet. In other words, in order to survive, we've got to obey the law, and if the law tells us that we need to subscribe to certain laws or regulations, then we're forced to do so, and by subscribing to them, we are forcibly intersected with certain telons that exist, and these telons are not uniformly good. Some of those telons are quite evil, and unfortunately, these are the ones to which the elite subscribe. Remember, the elite, they don't live in the same world as we do. They live in an idealistic world in which they and they alone will eternally reign. They will always maintain power. They're not willing to give it up. It's axiomatic in their system, and it's axiomatic in the world. And rather than give that power up, they would literally destroy the world, because the world, in their view, should not exist unless they're in charge of it. So this is what they're doing. They're forcing all of us, they're corralling, they're herding mankind into a limited set of telons, and they're using the law, they're using physical threat to do this. And once mankind is all herded in this telic intersection, then their cognition is actually deleteriously influenced, so they can't even see the truth anymore. And that's the situation we have now. But the Earth, of course, the Earth herself, the global ecosystem, has very little to do with it. As a matter of fact, the global ecosystem is in a way opposed to the elite. The elite are actually encouraging global overpopulation at this point. They're actually they're working against the maintenance of rational societies. And this can only cause all kinds of destruction. We can't blame Mother Earth.
Right. I guess what I was asking is, we're talking about potentially going to the New Age, and if there would be some sort of new form of the global consciousness, like where it became more self-aware as we humans become self-aware around the world?
That all depends. We're approaching a point of divergence, the omega point, at which we're either going to diverge along a set of parasitic timelines, or we're going to go along the proper route, the route that is actually sustainable for mankind. And if we go that route, then yes, there's going to be a mass awakening, and we'll all be able to communicate much more clearly than we can now, because we won't have so much interference. But the powers that be are 100% diametrically opposed to this. All right, they're not in business in the business of cooperating with the rest of mankind and sharing the wealth. They want all of the wealth and all of the control for themselves. They want a hive with them at the center of the hive and everybody else on the periphery. You see what I mean?
Yes, I do. Which relates to like Mark of the Beast, controlling everybody through buying or selling through their system.
Exactly, which is precisely the route they're going. And nobody can make a case that they're going in any other direction but that. It's very clear.
So we were warned.
That's right. And if mankind chooses not to heed the warning, then woe betide it. It doesn't have much hope.